everyone, welcome to my channel. This is actually my first official video, so I was going to do an introduction video. I even sat down and did it, and then when I went to go edit it and watch it, I was like, this is so boring. There's not much to know about me. So I figured, you'll just learn about me as the videos are made. But if you hear wrestling around, that's my son on the floor playing, so just ignore him. In this video, I wanted to tell pretty much the birth story of my child. So before I jump into this, I just want to say that everybody's story is different. Everybody's labor and delivery is different. Everybody's experience through pregnancy and labor is different. I loved being pregnant. I had a very easy pregnancy besides a little bit of acid reflux here and there, and obviously weight gain and stretch marks and stuff, which that is what it is. I would do it all over again if it means I got to have my son. So anyways, I'll just jump right into it. I got pregnant with my son. His name's Cyrus. He will be 8 months in about a week. I got pregnant with him in April of 2018. I found out May 29th. The reason why I know that date so well, that's like the one date that I know, is because the next day it was my nephew's first birthday. We went into the doctor that Tuesday, so 7 weeks in one day when we went in. So I found out pretty early. The story of me finding out that I got pregnant is actually really funny. So I actually found out by accident, if that makes sense. I found out I was pregnant. My husband and I were living in my in-laws' basement. We still live with them, but we're upstairs now. We were in the basement, so we actually had our own bathroom. Justin and I have been together 4 years, almost 4 years. 3 out of the 4 we've lived together in the same house. So I've taken some pregnancy tests. I just had the box sitting there because again, we had our own bathroom, so it's not like I needed to hide it. There wasn't any reason why I had it. I had bought it a while ago, and at this time my husband, he was working second shift, so he worked 2:30 to 11. So I would just sit down in the basement and eat snacks and watch shows until he would come home because I had nothing else to do. And then that night I went into the bathroom and I saw the box sitting on the sink, and I was just like, let's just take this to get rid of it. I mean, obviously it's gonna come up negative, but it's sitting here and I don't have a place for it. And I mean, little TMI, but as I was peeing on this stick, the 2 lines came up. I mean, I didn't even finish peeing on it. Like, as soon as my pee touched the stick, it was like, oh girl, you're pregnant. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this a joke? Because it feels like a joke. Like, no. My husband came home. I met him at the front door, and I had it in my pocket. And I never meet him at the front door, so he knew something was up. And I pulled it out of my pocket and I showed him. And I got all teary-eyed, and he's like, you're lying. And I'm like, how am I lying? And he's like, you made Shelby pee on this. Shelby is my sister-in-law. She, at the time, was 4 months pregnant. So he thought that I made her pee on that stick so I could joke with him and trick him. So the next morning we got up super early and we went to the store. We went and bought another pregnancy test, and we came home and I did it again right in front of him. I showed him, I had to pee in front of him, and again, as soon as my pee hit that stick, 2 blue lines. And he was like, oh my god, like it was so funny, his expression, because he thought I was joking the whole time. So when I was serious, he was like, oh my gosh. But today I just wanted to talk about the birth story of him, because I did not have an easy labor and delivery with him, unfortunately. And it was a very traumatic event for me. I was first time mom. I was very nervous. I didn't know what to expect. Going in there, I thought, because I was induced, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna get induced, I'm gonna push, I'm gonna have him, and that'll be it. But it did not work out that way. Anyways, I'll just start. Cyrus was due January 20th. I went in January 22nd to the doctor, still pregnant with him. The doctor told me, you know, come in the next day, the 23rd, and we'll have you induced at 3:30, and then we'll have us a baby. So they start getting me all set up, getting the wires on me. I was very tired. I had been there all day, and I didn't really pay attention to that stuff anyways. I was just more, you know, worried about having a baby because that's what I was doing. I was peeing every 10 minutes. My mom and my husband stayed with me the whole night because they would come in and check me. It wasn't doing anything. So obviously I just had to lay there, sit there. I couldn't sleep. I was so scared. I was so anxious, and every time I fell asleep I'd have to pee. So every 10 minutes I would have to pee, and you know, I got all this stuff hooked up to me. So my mom would have to unhook me and walk me to the bathroom, and then, you know, we would hook the stuff back up, but it wouldn't work. So it'd start beeping, so the nurse would have to come in and fix it. I know these nurses were probably like, oh my god, if this girl does not stop peeing. But I couldn't help it, you know, you got this fluids going in me all the time, and I got a baby pushing down in my bladder, so whatever. Even without the drugs, I was very out of it. I was very nervous. I have really bad anxiety. I was obviously, you know, I'm nervous. I'm a first-time mom. I don't know what's going on. My son didn't want to come out, so nothing was changing, nothing was progressing. I'm still 1 centimeter dilated, so they're trying to do everything they can. So they start setting me up with everything. They start forcing contractions. I wasn't sure what happened. So it was me, Justin, his parents, and my mom all in the room. We were all just hanging out, whatever, waiting for this freaking baby. And the doctors came in and said that they wanted to check me again. So it was 2 nurses who had walked in. Before they checked me, 2 more nurses came in, and 2 nurses come in, and they're sitting on the bed with me. Anesthesiologist comes in, which I thought was really weird because she had just given me my whatever. And then, so they're sitting on the bed with me. The one is about to check me, but before she does, 2 more nurses come in, and the one's standing at the computer where she can check mine and Cyrus's heart rates, and then the one is standing behind her, and then there's 2 on the bed with me, and the one's checking me. And I didn't really know what was going on. They weren't saying much. I just knew, like, obviously something wasn't right, because why are there 5 nurses in here? Well, 4 nurses and an anesthesiologist. Like, there's a reason why they're all in here. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. So then the doctor comes in, and the doctor checks me, and he doesn't say anything. He comes in, he checks me, he looks at the screens, and then he walks out, and that was it. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, they don't want to tell you because they don't want to freak you out. I understand that, but that freaked me out even more, that I didn't know what was happening, but I knew something was happening. So they finally explained to me that every time I have a contraction, Cyrus's heart rate drops tremendously low. His heart rate like 148 or something, and then when I would have a contraction, it would bounce down to like 60, which is really dangerous. And he comes back in after, like, the nurses are constantly in and out. He's like, we're done. What? I'm like, what do you mean we're done? Like, I haven't had a baby yet. We're not done. And he's like, we're just gonna do a C-section and get it over with. So I immediately start crying because I'm like, I was just in labor for 26 hours. 26 hours had gone by. Nothing happened. Like, I didn't progress at all, no matter what they tried. And then Cyrus started fighting the contractions, and his heart rate was getting really bad. And I'm super sleep deprived. I probably slept like 2-3 hours that whole time that I was there for that 26 hours. So, you know, they send Justin out to get his little scrub things on. Before he could even finish putting them on, they lift up the little arm things and start dragging me out of the room. And I am terrified. So I literally shut my eyes the whole time. Like, while they were taking me down the hallway and everything, I just had my eyes closed. So they had like the cover over us, obviously, so I couldn't see anything. Justin had to sit right here. They wouldn't let him move. He had to sit right here by my head, and then my anesthesiologist was right here on the other side of me. And the whole thing took like not even 15 minutes. I don't even think it was that long. Like, but then again, I can't be sure because I was so out of it. So I'm just laying there, you know, I'm shaking so bad from anxiety and the epidural and everything. I'm just shaking really bad. Justin's like freaking out, and he's telling the anesthesiologist, he's like, he can't cut into her. She can't even sit still. She's shaking like crazy. And the anesthesiologist, you know, she's trying to calm him down, and she's like, it's normal for her to be like this. There's a lot going on. Her nerves, the epidural does this as well. Like, it's okay. I'm laying in the operating room, and I have no idea what's going on. I can't feel anything. I'm just laying there for a couple minutes, and I finally look at my anesthesiologist, and I'm like, is he gonna tell me when he's cutting into me? Like, is he gonna tell me what he's doing and when he's doing it? He like looks over the cover, and she's like, oh, he's almost done. You're already open. He's about to pull the baby out. And I'm like, what? As soon as she says that, he's like, okay, you're gonna feel a little bit of pressure on your stomach, and that's it. He actually pushed on the top of my stomach. He pushed and he pulled the baby out at the same time, and it was, still to this day, don't know how to explain it. It was the weirdest feeling of my life. It didn't hurt. It was pressure. It felt like a giant wave like had went through my stomach, which sounds so weird. Like, how do you even explain that? After having Cyrus, I was very dehydrated. They had to put me on the drip. They had to come in, check my pee, and my eyes were sunken in. I was very skinny. I looked gray. It was very bad. Again, also I was sleep deprived, so that didn't help the situation either. People said that I'd be in the middle of conversations and I would just fall asleep. Visitors would come see us, like Justin's family and my family, they would come see us, and I wouldn't be able to even speak. I just kind of sat there in a daze. It just wasn't me. I hope that the next time around it isn't like that. I hope I can be more prepared. I never thought a C-section was an option for me. I always thought I was going to have them vaginally and that was going to be that. So my advice to any women who plan on having kids, who are pregnant, who whatever, don't get your mindset on stuff. Everything can change with a drop of a hat, like mine did. You know, I was in labor for 26 hours expecting to finally just be able to push him out. And then it got to the point where so much happened in those 26 hours that it was just safer for him and for me if I just had a C-section. But it is what it is. Everything happened for a reason. And I'm super blessed that it wasn't any worse than it could have been. Emotionally, mentally, physically, it's all draining. Not everything is going to happen the way you expect or the way you want, but it was worth it. I'd do it all over again. I'd go through it all again, because in the end, the reward is so amazing. Being a mom is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I wouldn't trade it for the world. He is literally, look at him. He is the light of my life. He is so amazing. I look at him every day and I can't believe that, you know, I get to be his mom. But yeah, I just wanted to tell my birth story, whether it's for women who have kids, who want kids, who are pregnant right now, who don't want kids, anybody. This just gives you a little look into someone else's experiences. It's not always easy. Like I said, my pregnancy was pretty okay, just a little nausea, acid reflux, but full experience way worse. And my labor was not so easy, but it all worked out. It all came together how it was supposed to. That's just a little look inside our lives, just a little bit, just something we went through with our little bean. Obviously a lot has happened since then. He's almost 8 months old, so I will hopefully be posting more as I can. I really hope you like this video. I really hope that you guys can subscribe to our channel and watch us all the time. Be so happy. I have been wanting to do this for a really long time. I'm really excited about this, and I just really appreciate all the support that I've gotten already. This is my first video, and already I have so many people, you know, messaging me and texting me and, you know, supporting me and offering help and anything. So it's extremely noticed and extremely appreciated. So please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Say bye. He doesn't care.